Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn class 9 maths 1 lesson number 6 financial planning taxation. Yes, what is how the taxation is going to uh, take place in our day-to-day life, that is how the taxes are used, what is income tax, why it is why we have to pay income tax, so all these things are going to learn in this video. Okay, let's move with taxation first. Taxation or levying of taxes. The government makes many plans for development of the country, and it requires large amount of money for implementing these schemes. Yes, for example, to build a dam. Yes, this is the very large project to build a dam. So the government need money to build dam on the various parts of our country. So that money is comes from the taxes we paid, from the taxes that a particular person sorry paid from their daily expenses. Okay, the what type of work government is doing: utility of taxes, provision of infrastructure, basic amenities. Yes, provision of the the huge highways are, these are the one of the huge infrastructure or basic amenities. Implementing various welfare schemes in government hospitals. Yes, now implementing schemes of development and research in various fields. You can take example of development of and research, development and research in corona vaccine. Yes, this is the research. This was the research, and it is a very successful research India has done, and for that government need money, and that money comes from our taxes, giving maintaining law and order, giving aid to people affected by the natural disaster. Yes, natural disasters, for example floods, and defense of country and its citizens. Yes, so these are the schemes government uh, charging different types of taxes. The funds are generated for implementation of these schemes. Yes, now next point is income tax. Yes, we heard this word income tax in our house, that your father or mother or your big brother is talking about the income tax at the end of the March. Yes, so this, if the income tax earned in India by an individual, institute, or authorized industry exceed the limit of specified under the Income Tax Act, income tax is levied on it. What does it mean? That if a particular person or a particular individual exceed the limit of specified under the Income Tax Act, the government has given a specific limit of expenses. If you are gone beyond that limit, then you have to pay tax. Then what are, how to pay, what are the rates of tax, that we see after sometimes. But let's learn some income tax related terms first. The tax rates are fixed every year in the budget. Uh, the terms are, first is an SAC. SAC means any person liable to pay income tax according to the income tax rule is termed as a SAC. Okay. Next is financial year, the period of 1 year during which the taxable income has been earned. Okay, and in our country, in India, the financial year is from 1st April to 31st of March. Then what is assessment year then? Assessment year is the financial year immediately following a particular financial year is called the assessment year. There is example of assessment year we can see. Financial year if 2016-17, then what is the date of a particular financial year? 1st April 2016 to 31st March 2017. This is the duration of financial year 2016-17. Then what is the assessment year is 2017-18. Yes, and if 2017-18 is a financial year, what is the duration? 1st April 2017 to 31st March 2018. Then what is assessment year? 2018-19. Are you getting? Next, how the income tax is computed. Yes, and as income tax is a tax levied on our income, it is necessary to know about the different sources of income. Yes, which are these sources? Income from salary. If you are a salaried person, then your income is from salary. Then income from house or property means what? If you are renting your particular house or property, then that is your income. Income from business or profession, income from capital gain, or income from other sources. These are the five main sources of income. Now, from income, deduction takes place. Yes, from your annual income according to the various rules of government. If you are investing Sukanya Samruddhi scheme for girls rupees 1.5 lakhs, then this is the one type of investment deduction, and you are investing it for your child. Then Indian Post scheme, National Saving Certificate, life insurance policies, health insurance, tuition fees for two children. Okay, these are the deductions. Then public provident fund, you are making provision for your old age. Then housing loan, it's only principal, not the interest. Then mutual funds, general provident funds are the deductions from annual income. For examples of deductions from the annual income according to the various rules. Okay, why these deductions are given? Because these deduction cannot be in the taxation taxable income. So all these things, yearly deductions are the minus from the taxable income. Okay, next concept, the very important concept. Now, this is the table. You are seeing this table. This is the table of income tax you are paying on your taxable income slabs. So, this is the total calculation of your taxable income. If you are yearly annual income, yes, yearly or annual income is 2,50,000 and your age is below 60 years. If your annual income is 2,50,000 and your age is below 60 years, then you have to pay no income tax, no education cess, and no secondary and higher educational cess. You don't have to pay any taxes if your annual income is up to 2,50,000. But now your annual income is more than, if your annual income is 2,50,001 rupees to 5 lakh, then you have to pay 5% On what? On taxable income minus 2,50,000. Yes, taxable income means what? If your annual income is 4,50,000, take one example. If your annual income is 4,50,000, then 4,50,000 minus you have to do 2,50,000. Answer is 2 lakh, and then you have to pay 5% on that 2 lakh as a income tax. Then if the answer after the uh, after the 5%, also you have to pay 2% for the education cess of income tax, and 1% of income tax as a secondary and higher educational cess. See, you have listening of two new terms, education cess and secondary and higher education cess. I'll teach you this at the end of the video. Okay. Next, if your income is 5 lakh 1 rupees to 10 lakh, then you have to pay 20% on taxable income minus 5 lakh plus 12,500. Okay. Next, you have to pay 2% of income tax and 1% of income tax on education cess and secondary and higher secondary education cess. Okay. Next, if your annual income is now more than 10 lakhs, then you have to pay 30% on taxable amount minus 10 lakh. If your annual income becomes 12 lakh, then you have to first minus 10 lakh from that annual income. Then you have to calculate 30% of that taxable amount, and then you have to add 1,12,500. Then you will get the income tax. Now education cess is 2% of income tax, and secondary and higher secondary education cess is 1% of income tax. Okay, this is the income tax you have to pay for individuals up to the age of 60 years. Now, if a particular individual's age is more than 60 years, if a particular individual is 62 years, then what is the income tax rule? Let's see. Now, the individual whose age is above 60 and below 80 years, then the taxable income is 3 lakhs. In up to 3 lakhs, you will not pay any income tax, any education cess, or any secondary and higher education cess. But if your income becomes 3 lakh 1 rupees to 5 lakh, then you have to pay 5% on taxable income minus 3 lakhs. So you will get the income tax amount, total income tax you have to pay. Then on that income tax, you have to pay 2% of income tax on education cess and 1% of income tax of secondary and higher educational cess. Okay. Next, if your income, taxable income is between 5 lakh 1 rupees to 10 lakh, then you have to calculate first 20% on taxable amount minus 5 lakhs. Means if your income is 9 lakh, 9 lakh is your taxable amount. First you have to minus 5 lakhs from that taxable amount, and then you have to calculate 20% of that taxable amount, and then add 10,000 to it. Okay, then you will get the total income tax you have to pay. Now you have to add 2% of income tax as a education cess and 1% of income tax as a secondary and higher education cess. And now if your taxable income is more than 10,000, then your income tax will be 30% on taxable income minus 10 lakh. And then you have to add 1,10,000 in your taxable income minus 10 lakhs. 30% of taxable income minus 10 lakhs. 2% of income tax and 2% of income tax is of education cess, and 1% of income tax is of secondary and higher education cess you have to pay. Okay. But what if the particular individual is of 82 years? If you're above 80 years, then and your taxable slab, income slab is up to 5 lakhs, then you don't have to pay any income tax, any education cess, or any second and higher educational cess. You don't have to pay. You have relaxation till 5 lakhs. Now, if you're 82 years and your income slab is between 5 lakh 1 rupees to 10 lakh, then you have to pay 20% on taxable income minus 5 lakh. Okay, then you will get the income tax. Then what you have to pay education cess as a 2% of income tax. It is same as the below 60-year individual and above 60-year and below 80-year individual. Okay, the education cess is the same for all the age groups. Secondary and higher education cess 1% of income tax you have to pay. Next, if your income is more than 10 lakhs, then you have to pay 30% on taxable income minus 10 lakh and plus 1 lakh. You have to first calculate 30% on taxable income minus 10 lakh, and then you have to add 1 lakh as a, you will get the income tax. Okay, then that income tax, 2% of income tax you have to pay education cess, and 1% of income tax you have to pay for secondary and higher education cess. Now, as I told you, what is education cess and secondary and higher education cess is the additional tax on income by government. It is applied by the government to generate additional revenue fund for primary, secondary and higher education. All this fund is moved to the educational funds. Okay. Here we have completed the explanation of taxation, what is income tax and what are the slabs of income tax. Yes, according to the ages. For more videos like this, subscribe my channel Sri Swami Coaching Institute, like video and share it to your friends so that they'll get the free education. Thank you. See you soon in the next video with explanation, practice set 6.2, answers and explanation. Stay tuned.